Hey guys, how are you today? So hope you're doing well. Today this video is on Shiba Inu coin. So if you don't already know, Shiba is a altcoin. It came on, or it got listed on Binance a few months ago. So about maybe a couple weeks ago, in April or so. This ticker symbol actually is against the US dollar. So it's Shiba Inu, and then the pair that it correlates to is the US dollar. So it's pretty much how the main coins work. As you can see, there isn't really any data, so the algorithms can't calculate any data. So none of the indicators work. None of the calculations work, basically. None of the algorithms work at all on the monthly, for this pair at least. So you can also look at Shiba against Tether. So on Binance, I'm not an expert on Binance or anything, like I mainly just work with the algorithms. But basically you can swap or you can trade Binance coin for Tether, and then you can buy Tether. You can use Tether to buy Shiba. I think that's one of the main ways to buy it. But basically there's no data on here. We don't even have, do we have an EMA2? Yeah, we do. So we do have an EMA2. It's a little bit higher at the moment. It's at 8, so point whatever to 837. So like 5 decimals in front or something. We got no MACDs, no RSI, no other indicators, no channels, nothing on the monthly for this. Weekly, pretty much we got a little bit of movement. We got a break of oversold to the upside, heading towards a neutral for the shorter period indicators. We have the blue line also looking for a break to the upside perhaps. So watch for the break of neutral, so 50 to the upside, and then continued movement into overbought. So the thing is that it could possibly follow the main coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I guess now Dodge for a little while. If it's going to be going, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be going, and Dodge are going to be going down for at least a year or so, or more, we could follow. But the thing is, we also could move to the upside. The reason being is that there's it's such a new coin, so there's a lot of momentum still, even though even though the main coins want to go down, it's possible for a break. So again, we'll have to look at the other Tether pair as well. So from a daily perspective, there's a little bit of room, oh sorry, not a little bit, well, there's a lot, pretty much a lot of room for it to get overbought again from a daily frame. Basically day trading, but a little bit more than day trading, at least a month or so, you know, maybe we could get up there. But the problem is, I'll show you what the problem is. So we'll have to go to the other pair for Tether. So there's a little bit different of a story here. We have basically, so we'll just go to the monthly first. We got really nothing here, except we have a red candle down there. So we could have some support all the way down here. The thing is that I don't think it would actually get down there. It's possible, but the reason being is that it's such a new coin that perhaps it wants to continue up. So we'll have to use the weekly support levels first. So the base of that red is basically right here. So I'll remove the other support too from before. So we have the support 1, actually no, this is technically support 2, down at 18. And then we have support 1 here at the tip of that candle, which is possible to break, but it's also possible to be used as support depending on where the momentum is. So right now support 1 is about half of where we are, and support 2 is about half of that. Less, almost more, a little bit more than less. I'm sorry, a little bit more than less actually. So again, we don't have any data to calculate the channels, no average price, nothing. We just have an EMA9 and an EMA2 here, both are pretty much close to each other. Like for example, when we were here, you can see where the EMA 9 was. Obviously that's a short. Right now it's pretty close to it, so it's kind of like, well, what should we do now? I have support down here, so maybe should we continue down for a test? The thing is with new coins, it's harder to calculate where it's going to go, because of the reason that there's not enough data and new coins have a tendency to move up. So we'll just keep the resistance up here. If you don't know where resistance is, well, I guess resistance 1 would be over here. So I'm looking at the top of that green base, not the wick, the base of the candle, like the body of it. So it's up, it's right there, so that's resistance 1. And resistance 2 is up here at the tip of that green candle. So I think eventually we will break that to the upside. Whether it's a year from now or earlier, or a year and a half from now, 2 years from now, eventually I'm pretty sure we'll break to the upside. The reason being is because we have so much, we don't have any data here. And I think, like, I haven't proved it, but I think the theory is that if there's no data, then it has to collect data, and that when it does that and there's enough volume, then it would probably just continue up. So we do need volume for that to happen though, so keep that in mind. I missed these, so we do have a little bit of the shorter term momentum indicators heading down, looking for a cross of overbought, but perhaps it could just be following what we said for the weekly support, basically looking for the weekly supports. But again, as I said, new coins do have a tendency to move up, so it's possible for this to continue up for a break, but to diverge. But then again, that's a pretty big spike, right? So just keep your eye on these levels. We don't have any momentum though, that's the problem. No momentum indicators at all. So we got nothing here, except for this blue line, which is, it isn't even at 0 yet. So we want to check it when it's at 0. Exactly, the 0 line, which would just be 0, 0 all the way across. So I think that could match with the possibility of this at least bouncing off support 1 or bouncing off support 2, or testing, at least testing there first to see. So if you wanted to buy some, it would be, if you wanted to start a little bit, I'm not talking about a lot, maybe 10 to 15% here just in case tomorrow blows up. But if you are looking to go deep, then I'd wait at least a year between there. Mostly being support 2 down here, because then we'll know if we're going to test that monthly support down here, which I don't think we would, just because it's such a new coin. But if it was Bitcoin or Ethereum, I think it would test down here, just because there's so much volume pushing it down. So you do have to check both pairs. Don't forget to check SHIB USDT, so against Tether USD and against Shiba USD. So from a daily perspective, we do have a little bit of momentum starting to the downside. I did make this video yesterday, but for some reason my mic didn't record it. I think it's because the Windows update, so I apologize for that. I did mention yesterday that we did have a bit of a starting of some bearish momentum, so perhaps a cross back down over that 0 line, and at least to see what's going to happen from there. So it just opened up, so the new day just started about 50 minutes ago. Perhaps we want to see this momentum continue down a little bit, the red and blue line, perhaps cross back below oversold. The reason is, you can see how many times it's crossed up and down since it started trading on the exchanges, so on Binance, whatever, if it was on Pancake before. I don't think this would show that, but you can see how many times it went from oversold to overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold. So between the overbought and oversold maybe 20 or more times. You can also double check that with the blue line, which is a little bit faster than the, a little bit slower than the orange line, whereas number of days. And then the default RSI is the yellow line. So you can see perhaps maybe this would want to get a little bit lower, but you know, we're starting to get down here on the daily, but on the weekly we got nothing. We do have the oh, I forgot to mention, sorry, we do have the default RSI on the weekly still hovering a little bit above neutral. Well, not a little bit, pretty close to overbought. A little bit more than halfway, about 62 between neutral and overbought. So perhaps this could be matching with our, whoops, our supports got lost here. So between there, support 1 and support 2, that could be matching with our, like our analysis. So could see some more movement here, at least over the next few weeks, because these are just weekly candles. So perhaps you want to test down here or test down here and see where we want to go. So yeah. Anything else? I think that's it. Like pretty much 4 hours just a waste of time looking at, because there's nothing really to go off on the bigger time frames anyways. I did say yesterday we did have some bearish momentum starting, so it looks like we did, but we kind of got a spike here back above the MA2 and 9, pretty close to that average line, the yellow one here in the middle of those channels. So that's a Keltner channel, it's the exact middle. I pretty much look at it as an average price, but you can see we had a spike up and then we've traded back exactly to that center line. So that was a trade here. It spiked up, lots of volatility, lots of momentum to the upside, and then just an easy retracement back to zero and past. It's easy to note those when you can see they drift really far away from the MA9 perhaps, and the touches that upper bands. You want to try to measure your volatility to the maxes and minimums somehow. So I do that with Keltners, and I do that with the EMAs, and also kind of with the MACDs, because it drifts really far away from zero. So look, here's zero exactly, the origin, I guess. And when it drifts far away from the origin, then it's possible for it to drift back to the origin. So you can also do that with the default. Where is the origin here? Somewhere here. It drifted far, and then also here drifted far for a kind of a 4 hour bull. So keep that in mind. Those are some advanced analysis techniques, or algorithm analysis techniques. Actually, those are pretty good too. So yeah, it works best with the bigger time frames though, so 1 day would probably be pretty good, 4 hours okay, but definitely weekly and monthly. Like you can see this one here, when it spiked up, it spiked very far from the zero line and it came right back. Where is it? That's negative. Somewhere here, right? Between there and there. And here we drifted far below, kind of, and then we came back up. So now we're like right at the origin almost. Exactly. So that's what you want to look for as far as a MACD goes. MACD's like, it's really complicated. Like it honestly took me years to understand it, and I'm still learning about it. It's a hard indicator to learn about, because there's so much going on here. We got numbers on the bottom, the x-axis, well, we got time, and then on the y-axis we have all these numbers that they change all the time as well, right? Depending on what time frame you are on. And all the calculations of the algorithm itself are really complicated, so it takes a long time to learn about them. Anyways, we'll discuss more of that later. But I think that's pretty much it. So just just look at the different pairs between the two. So you're going to have to correlate it against Shiba and the US dollar, and then Shiba against Tether. So keep an eye on both pairs. It's kind of hard to say because against Tether, let's have a look at Bitcoin against Tether. So you can see that it kind of did have a similar spike. They almost look similar, the charts, right? To the US dollar and well, we can see easily support one's support one's all the way over here. So they almost look identical. But the problem is between Shiba USD and Shiba USDT, it's there's a kind of a big difference. So just have a look at one more time. This one's against the US dollar, so you can see look, have a look at these indicators here, the red and blue line, and then look at this one. I guess they're similar in that case, similar but not exact, right? The blue one and red one are almost at well, they're basically at neutral, and here they're down here, so there is a difference there. And then have a look at this one, the default RSI, the yellow line. On the daily, it's almost oversold. And have a look at this one. It's like higher than neutral almost, pretty much neutral. A little bit less than neutral, 48. Right? A couple days ago it was at 52.5. So there's kind of a big difference. That's, I guess, the problem, and I guess it's kind of hard when it comes to that, because you can see the main coins are so close, the charts match exactly. That's when it's really easy. So that's kind of a problem here. But again, there's more data on the USD Tether, so you might want to just kind of do your best to follow both. And again, it is a new coin, so it does have the tendency to eventually go up, whether it could take a few years or not. And do check out Pig Finance, so PIG. It's they're trying to get listed on Binance. They had like I think about a month ago, they had almost $1 billion worth of dollar volume, and they are cheaper than Shiba. So there's like 6 decimals or something, or more, 7. So check it out. You can get like 200 million shares for $100 or something, and they are looking to go to 1 cent. So just check it out. You can't view these charts on there, so you have to go to like PooCoin or like Coin Trader Pro. You can just Google those or something. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.